So in this video, we will be providing you multiple ways as well as making you to draw your own path to become a great machine learning practitioner. Through the course of this video, I will discuss on 7 sections/skills that you will need to master irrespective of whatever ways you choose. Starting with the first section, which is to learn Python. This is thus far the #1 language if you want to get your hands on machine learning. Plus for the fact that this language is comparatively very easy. And you don't need to go too in deep with Python. In fact, there is a really nice quote saying, learning Python to the fullest is overrated and unnecessary for starting your machine learning journey. In fact, after 3 years of dabbling and learning all of the 7 skills that I'm going to discuss in this video, I realized that the core knowledge of Python that I'm using on a daily basis can just be learned in 3 hours. You just have to have a good understanding of the following: all the basic statements and functions, all the different operators, conditional statements such as the if, elif, and else, looping structures such as the while loop and the for loop, lists and list manipulations, tuples and tuple manipulations, dictionaries and dictionary manipulations, user-defined functions, and 2 of the most famous modules, random and math. And also I had to add in classes as well, which is kind of optional, but I recommend you to learn so as well. And yes, there is abundance of free tutorials and resources out there, but I just brought it down to 2. #1, Python for Beginners, provided by Free Code Camp. This includes everything that was mentioned in the list, and to top it off, it also ends with a very simple basic project. And #2 is Python for Data Science, again provided by Free Code Camp. This also covers all of the basics, and along with that, it takes you a step forward and teaches you 3 very important libraries for data analysis/data visualization. In fact, this directly takes you to section 3. So you can choose this one, but there is a slight setback according to me, which you will understand as you watch the video. Just keep watching. But I guess you can just choose the Python for Beginners option, and from there you should at least be building 4 to 5 projects, and you should be really good to go to section 2, which is to learn Pygame, a Python module used to create multiple games and animations in 2D. Now traditionally, Pygame has nothing to do with the machine learning thing itself, but then why do we recommend it? Well, for the simple reason that this thing provides you that priceless skill of solving problems through logic. Let's explain you what I mean. So after going through multiple tutorials on Pygame, I decided to build Pong by myself, but I wanted to add multiple new features into it. I came up with the idea of smashing the ball back into the opponent as a surprise, and also coming up with a counter to this, which is to flash the paddle. At that time, it was just an idea, but as you saw on the screen, I was somehow able to pull it off. And that was when I actually realized how much Pygame has taught me to solve problems and think as a programmer. And it doesn't stop there. In fact, I had to encounter a problem which actually led the ball to leaving trails. Yes, I indeed found the solution to that problem, but also did I come up with a new project idea itself, which actually writes the names. That's kind of the whole idea of telling you to learn Pygame. It makes you come up with new creative ideas and then also to solve them through logic. But if you do wish to skip Pygame, then it could be for various reasons. One could be that you've chosen the Python for Data Science route, which directly teaches you the data analysis. Or you could be very confident about yourself in problem solving and experience. Then in both cases, you're through to section 3, which is to lay the foundation in math. Now, there will be arguments saying that math is no longer required for machine learning, and it's true to some extent. I mean, the framework will do the job for you, but you will need to have some form of the basic understandings of the fundamentals in math. Only then will you be able to understand the algorithms that is used in machine learning itself. One really good learning place is the Khan Academy. All you need to do is to go through the topics in there until you are very confident about the understandings. And that should be good to go to section 4, which is data analysis. Here you will need to know 3 very important modules. #1, NumPy, which is the foundation for everything. #2 is Pandas, which is used for data handling. And finally, Matplotlib, which is used for data visualization. So the way how this works is you will be given a data set, let's say a sales analysis data set in the CSV file format, which contains the date, product, price, quantity, total sales, and the address. And the question says we will need to find which city generated the most amount of revenue. So generally the first step is going to be to load the data and then do something known as data cleaning, which is just removing the unwanted records and columns. Such as you see, we have 2 none values in the address column, so we don't really need these 2 records. Hence we use specific functions to clean them off and get the correct data, like such. And then when you look at the question again, it says which city generated the most amounts of revenue. So what we do is we extract the city from the address using indexing, and then store it in a new column named city, like such. And then we group the records in terms of the city column using the group by function, and also perform the calculations using the sum function. And then finally, we use Matplotlib to provide visualization in the form of graph to answer the question. And as we see, CT10 has the most amounts of revenue. Again, for the people who chose Python for data science, all of the three are already covered. But for the people who didn't, one crash course for each of the modules should suffice. So if you have made it up to this point, then congratulations, because everything that you will learn from this point on should be in depth. Let's get to section 5. This is pretty straightforward, going through the machine learning specialization course by Andrew Ng. Okay, so I just want to show you how do you get this course for free. So after typing in machine learning and going into machine learning specialization course, rather than clicking on enroll, click on the courses tab and click on the very first course. Over here, click on enroll for free and then audit the course, then you will get the course material for free. As you see, everything is available. According to me and many others, this is the #1 course for machine learning. This course takes several weeks to finish. In fact, I was planning on making a video on how fast will I be able to finish this course, but it's just definitely worth it. You yourself will see the difference after you're done with it. Next section is learning TensorFlow. It's a machine learning framework used to train and build models. For the fact that the machine learning course that we discussed actually covers scikit-learn and TensorFlow itself, that alone is not going to be enough. I recommend you take a specialization course on TensorFlow, such as the one offered by Daniel Borg. And then there is one offered by FreeCodeCamp as well. And then after you've done that, you will have to go through the TensorFlow website. This is where you find the documentations, more resources, projects, and models. And this will bring us on to our final section. Like this video. Learn PyTorch, another machine learning framework. Actually, you could just either continue with your experience on TensorFlow and try to build models, or you could just follow the same steps and learn PyTorch. There is a specialization course given by Daniel Borg for this one as well. And there is just much more potential with the PyTorch website, just like with TensorFlow. From this point on, you should be building seamless amounts of projects and models trying to build a portfolio. It's just like more the amounts of projects that you build, more will be your experience and hence you achieve your mastery.